I'm ready.
1 point. Yeah,
Hi,
sorry, I'm ready.
guys.
I think I'm ready. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi,
We are
guys.
Hi, guys.
approaching the
Oh,
end of
83 for Ukraine.
Online voting.
83 for Ukraine.
At the moment,
Yeah,
it
Oh,
looks
Malta,
like
Malta
France are
next.
winning.
Malta
Probably.
next.
Everything can change at this
Oh,
moment.
I don't think Malta's going to be very high.
yeah.
Okay, that's decent.
That's not bad.
That's okay.
She really doesn't look happy though.
No.
I'd
good.
take that. I'd take that if I were you, Malta.
You had a great performance.
Oh, I thought Netherlands would do so much better.
Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
same.
Oh, only
Wow.
70.
I am
Well,
shocked.
I mean-
by
honestly,
that.
I think it's going to be between.
I
I mean,
think
France,
I personally think
Armenia.
Armenia's
France,
got it.
maybe.
I think Armenia runs away with it.
Yeah, could be.
Oh,
I
Poland. I
expect
thought that'd be
more than that
higher.
for Poland as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's quite low.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's Albania going to be?
Albania
very
around
exciting.
Very
40,
high.
50 maybe.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
I kind of expected that for Albania.
Come on, UK.
I loved their
Okay.
performance, though. I thought
Come on,
that
UK.
was a huge grower. Oh my gosh.
Come on, please.
Okay.
Come on, UK.
It's your moment, guys.
You need 35 points to take the first place.
I thought he said we got 35. I was like, what?
No.
Give you 58 points.
Oh, what?
They got into the lead.
58? I thought it could be much higher.
Ah.
I
Yeah, okay,
thought we
we're-
were going to be higher too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're guaranteed fourth, though. We
I
are
mean,
guaranteed fourth overall.
Yeah.
For
So
the
it's
moment,
between
Ukraine is
Armenia,
leading the
Spain,
online
and
voting.
France.
I love how they're not even showing us on the screen. It's like, yeah, we know you're getting higher.
Oh
It's-
my.
So
I
it's our
think
new
France has
best,
got
fourth
this.
place.
I
Well,
don't
that's
know
very
why.
good. That's very
Andy is
good.
nervous. We are all nervous.
Oh, okay, Spain.
Spain
Oh,
takes the lead.
86. That's quite high.
Spain
Okay.
high.
Spaniel, Spain,
That's high.
Portugal.
I think
See,
we're
the
not
thing is,
going
the
to win,
points
but-
are all quite even at the moment. They're fairly
Yeah.
cut together.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Oh, oh, Armenia. Okay.
So probably Armenia or France have won then.
Yeah, that's why. Oh,
Wow. It's
what?
going to be between France and
Okay.
Spain.
Oh,
Oh
my
my.
word.
Oh, I cannot. Oh my.
oh, wow, that's
Oh.
low. Oh, France have won. France have won.
I'm
There's,
really
there is
nervous.
no chance France have not won.
Yeah, I think France won. Yeah.
France have won.
It's France or Spain.
But it's 50%, Harry.
No, France have won. France have won.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
they
so.
just need 65 points.
They can
to
get that.
beat
They can get that.
Spain.
But Armenia got only 64. Like,
Netherlands only got 70.
Yeah,
We only
so-
got 58.
yeah.
In hindsight,
So-
58's not
I can't
bad.
believe the Netherlands' result. I'm
So why
shocked at
not?
that. Ooh.
Now, but to be fair, look at it. Netherlands only got Netherlands only got 70, but they're like third overall currently in the televote. Like they're doing. Germany's
Imagine if
second.
they just like didn't do well in the online vote at all. And
I
stayed
doubt
on.
it.
Who's it
Prayer
gonna
circle
be?
for Rubén.
I'm
in the
so
Liberian
nervous.
Spanish.
I'm sorry, guys. Oh my.
France have won.
No, no.
Celui qui remportera le trophée de l'Eurovision Junior 2023, Olivier.
Oh my gosh, like they're both
Oh.
like crying. It makes me so sad.
Please say it.
In France.
Please.
Currently, it's Spain.
No,
Oh, mate, just
That was
say it.
mean.
that was cruel.
France.
Oh, our girl is about to cry. Look at her.
They need, I repeat it because it's important, they need 66 points to take
I think they've got that.
how many points have you scored? Will you overtake?
She's about to cry.
And you got ES points from the online voting.
Come on, hurry up.
Hold on to your capes. We're
You
about
cut
Yeah, all right,
the
we get the
text with a knife.
Say it.
Any second now. Yes.
received
Yeah.
Oh!
So France have won
God.
Junior
The winner.
Eurovision.
Really high.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Called it.
What again?
Once again, we are not winning.
done,
Okay.
Called it.
Well done, France.
Well done, France. Yeah, it was a very good
Oh my
performance. Yeah.
goodness me.
But
Wow.
Rubén, I have to ask
Oh
you, how are
no.
you feeling?
I am just destroyed. No, I'm really happy.
Aw,
I'm really happy. The Spanish delegation made a great job, and I'm really proud of our performance. And yeah, they are trying really hard. I think we'll win it one year. I don't know when, but we'll win it.
I mean, if anything, since Spain returned, I mean, Spain's entire Junior Eurovision
Yeah,
back catalogue has just been incredible. So it's
Yeah.
it's obvious they're obviously going to win at some point in the near future.
Yeah,
I
to be
think
honest.
the UK is also going to fall into that category too.
Yeah.
But we have a
for
winner,
sure.
guys. It's France. France
Hey.
won back to back. They are, I do believe, the first country in Junior Eurovision history to win. No, the second
Poland.
country in Junior
Poland did it.
Eurovision
Yeah,
history
Poland
to
in
twice in a row.
2018 and 19. Yeah.
Yep, after Poland 2018, 2019. Guys, what are
Amazing.
your thoughts on the winner? I think it was pretty obvious France were going to win, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
called it.
Yeah.
From a while ago.
It was this kind of performance that once you see it, you think it's quite obvious that it's going to convince both the juries and the public. It's like in the middle of them, no? And Spain was more, I don't know. I think it's more televote friendly than the other.
I felt both France and Spain were both super audience friendly,
Yeah.
and I felt like they were the whole package, like the vocals with the staging, with like the production level. I thought, yeah, definitely a good result for them both, and they both deserve to be up there
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely 100%. I mean, you know, as I said before, France had the whole package, the song, the singer, the staging, the running order, and ultimately it paid off in the end. And they were able to secure a third win
Yes.
in, is it
Third win
five?
in 4 years. Third win in 4 years.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is an incredible track record. I
Yeah.
mean, if they could bring that to Eurovision, that would be amazing also.
For sure.
But yes, FF, they have done it again. France cementing their status as a junior Eurovision powerhouse. And are they going to win again next year? We'll just have to wait and see.
They're running out of cities.
Yeah.
I was going to say, where they
Yeah,
get
going to run out of cities, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But guys, what a show we've just seen from the French television. I mean, probably one of the best junior Eurovisions we've ever seen. Such
Yeah.
a high quality of songs, interval
Yeah.
act stagings, everything has just been really high up in my
Yeah.
opinion. Guys, what are your overall thoughts on the contest in general? Chris, I'm going to come to you first.
Sure. Yeah, like you just said, the whole production, and I think it's really stepped up a notch this year, Junior Eurovision. More countries are broadcasting it. More countries want to join and participate in the contest. And I think that's just going to keep on going after today. Nice put on such a great show, and yeah, just an amazing production. And it's definitely making its way up to the Eurovision stage standard as well. So I think the only way is up for Junior Eurovision for sure. Really enjoyed it today.
Yeah.
Rubén, do you agree?
Yeah, for me it was a very high level show because starting from the contestants, there were lots of good songs, and especially like the level of the pace. No, it was not kind of slow. The interval acts with Amir, with Lissandro were amazing. Also, I think overall it was a really good show, and France know how to play a junior Eurovision. They have demonstrated. Yeah.
Harry, I presume you're going to just echo everything that's been said.
Yeah, fantastic show. Very high quality production, and the performers as well. I feel they're getting better year on year. The
stage.
confidence, the stage performance, they're getting all better. The confidence some of these kids have to show and sell their song the way they do, like it's tremendous work. And Yeah, bring on next year where it's where's another Marseille, Toulouse, Calais, Monaco. Why not? Put it in Monaco. Why not? Put it in Monaco.
I mean, I do wonder whether the contest will come back to France again next year, because obviously, as we know, in Junior Eurovision, the winning country doesn't automatically host the following year. So I wonder whether France will put in a bid again to host, or whether another country will step in instead.
I say give it to 4th place. I think that's the fairest assessment.
Yeah.
Let's ignore second.
Well.
Armenia have hosted recently.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll find a reason for Spain, but 4th.
We know the reason for Spain. We know it. We know the reason.
But 4th is the number you need to go to, I think.
Yes, I agree. Let's go to the live chat, and we have AMRA 3rd back again. Hello to you. He's congratulating France on their win. Definitely a well-deserved win, in my opinion. But of course, there were 15 other participants performing tonight. So maybe let's start with 2nd place, which was Spain, obviously, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And of course, we had an incredible performance, I think, from Sandra and her dancers. A very well-deserved 2nd place, almost won for a 2nd time in Junior Eurovision history. Rubén, what did you think of Spain's performance?
Yeah, it was really colorful, and I liked especially the second part of the song when these kind of windows appear in the sides of the stage, and yeah, I kind of liked that part. Also, how they played with the camera angles and all of this. So yeah, I think the RTV, they made a great job. Like they prepared the song. I know also I've been working with the dancing stuff with the choreographer from Operación Triunfo also. So yeah, they made a good job. Yeah.
I mean, do you think, because it was obviously quite close between France and Spain, do you think if they had a better running order, they could have beaten France?
Yeah, probably like the second half or close to it. It could help. Yeah, but you never know, because France had like the perfect spot. Maybe we have like 10th or 9th, and we get 2 points less than France. So it's like it could have been very close anyways.
Of course, yeah, it was very close. Chris and Harry, what do you think of Spain's performance?
I absolutely loved it. Yeah, it really took me by surprise, especially going first as well. She had so much confidence. And I also think that the song was such a... sorry, guys, just bear with me.
I could hear a phone ringing and wondered where it was coming from.
Classic media rookie.
Yeah,
classic live stream rookie.
Amazing. And I also thought that the song was really difficult to sing as well. Such a fast song. So overall, yeah, I was really impressed by Spain for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. They brought it out of the bag, had a great performance, great vocals, and a well-deserved 2nd place, in my opinion. But let's go back to the live chat. Who do we have? So FF is saying that France is pulling a 90s Island Eurovision. It definitely does look that way, doesn't it? For sure. Not necessarily winning 3 times in a row yet, but definitely I think they're on track to be the island of Junior Eurovision. You're saying that Spain was your winner of the night too?
Mine too.
And mine too, actually.
I'm not objective here, so.
Let's see. FF is asking us, who do we think they will give another country the honor to host, and which country?
Oh
Harry.
wow, it's not happening.
No, I think it's one of those cases where it's like, if France want to host it, I think they can host it. Like then it's not their fault they keep winning, and with the finances, if they want to host, they want to host. If not, then there'll be countries queuing up, I'm sure, to host Junior Eurovision from near France and just wherever. I'm sure it's a big event, getting bigger and bigger by the year.
France definitely know how to host it, though. Like the staging tonight, I thought was one of the best I've ever seen from Junior Eurovision. Yeah, just the LED screens and the different levels. It just looks so good on camera, and I bet it looked even better like live in the arena as well.
Oh yeah. One thing I have thought though is this a record for most amounts of consecutive jury vote wins? Because bear in mind, France won the jury vote in 2021 as well, or yeah, 2021 when they didn't win.
It's like 4 years in a row.
Yeah, it's four in a row now. They're on.
2020.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think this is definitely a record. Wow. Thank you for pointing that out.
Quite good with the juries. They're quite good.
Yes. But then as we've seen as well, France obviously know how to get a good televote or online vote song as well. And they just seem to have cracked the formula for Junior Eurovision, and they do it very well, in my opinion.
It's like they try to make it childish, but also appealing to the general public and the teenagers and maybe adults. So it's perfect. Also, I think it helps that they hosted it, so they knew like the camera angles and all of this kind of stuff. You can see in the French performance, like every single second of it is perfectly shown in camera, and yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, 100% agree. Now we're going to move on to France, to the Netherlands. How did the Netherlands, get 7th again? Now, of course, we only saw 70 points from the online voters. We thought it could potentially win the online vote. What happened?
Now, to be fair, we shouldn't be too harsh on 70 points because the televote was very close together like last year. So I'm pretty sure 70 points was still like 3rd or 4th with the televote. So they still did really well. I think the issue with the Netherlands we just got to have at this stage is we've got to accept that their style of song might do well with the televote overall, might do decent, but it's just not got jury support. I think a lot of people loved the Netherlands in terms of their song. They thought it was very fun, very upbeat, but I don't think many people ever thought it was a winning potential song just from the style. It didn't feel too jury friendly, and that was the issue. And look, to be fair, Sepp has been ill, sadly, the last couple of days with a throat issue. So maybe that played an impact on their jury score yesterday, which is a real shame if that's the case. But yeah, maybe I guess in future years, sadly, we just need to pause our expectations on the Netherlands because the last couple of years they've been fan favourites. They've been contenders for the top 5 and they haven't made it in there.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, the Netherlands, I think, can still be very proud of what they achieved this year.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely had one of the more visually stronger stagings this year, and great vocals, especially from Yasmine. And if the Netherlands keep this up, I think they could be on for a win in the near future. What do you think, Chris?
I completely agree. I was really shocked by their result tonight. And I think that was partly due to because of their running order. But yeah, the other thing was I loved their lead up to Eurovision as well. They were putting vlogs out to show their journey, a bit like LISSANDRO did with up to Liverpool this year. And I thought that was a really good way to have that fan and artist interaction before the contest starts. And so, yeah, I was really surprised by the result tonight, but I can't see why they can't go on to do great things after this contest. And I hope that Netherlands can keep on bringing that same level of talent to the Eurovision and Junior Eurovision stage.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So guys, in the live comment, let us know your favourite performances from tonight. Any surprises, any non-surprises, any happy moments, sad moments? Let us know what you're thinking tonight. Let's have a look at the chat and see what's going on. So Leafern, you're saying you predicted France or Armenia to win, Spain top 5 and UK top 5 getting 4th, which is better than last year. Yes, by 1 placing. I also knew the Netherlands would be out of the top 5.
Oh, wow.
Hibieto Peroso says the Netherlands was so adult. It maybe was more of the more mature songs, possibly in the contest this year.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. It was because at the end of the day, the singers were at the upper age of their at the age ability. It was like they would have been 13, 14. The song was very appropriate for them, and yeah, I don't see why the instrumental or anything like that was too adult friendly. To be honest, as much as the UK seemed more like mainstream radio pop, and we did better than the Netherlands. When I say mainstream radio, I mean like more something you'd hear in the adult contest.
Yeah.
So I don't think Netherlands was too adult, and that's why it didn't do well.
I think the some of the ballads sounded really mature this year, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we talked before the contest that there were some stagings that didn't necessarily bring what the songs were about to the stage. But yeah, I think that was the thing with Junior Eurovision, is when they can bring that staging from the song and make you feel something from the song on the stage. That's going to have more of an impact on the televote anyway. But yeah, it was really interesting to see all the different stagings tonight, and all of the countries use that stage to their advantage, because there was so much that they could have used with that. It was an amazing stage.
Well, that's the fascinating thing, I think, Chris, what you mentioned about the ballads. There were so many ballads. However, out of the top 7, 6, only one of them was a ballad. You know, that top 5 of France, Armenia, Spain, UK, and Ukraine. And then 7th was Netherlands. Only Poland, I believe, got into that 6th place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe the ballads cancel each other out. I know at least the bottom 2 were ballads. I can't remember who was third from last, but I know Estonia and Ireland were the bottom 2. And, yeah, a lot of the ballads were near the bottom. Sadly.
Yeah, interesting results, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's quite normal, like this voting pattern. It usually helps the upbeat songs more than the ballads, especially the televoters. So yeah, I think it's a bit normal, especially coming from the kids, because they usually love like upbeat songs and happy songs. So yeah.
Yeah. Definitely 100% agree with all of you there. Andy's also wondering if it will go back to Paris next year or another city. I can't wait to find out. We have ESC Matt Gaga. Hello to you. Welcome to our live chat again. Ricardo Albuquerque, I think, is saying it was a great show. He really thought Spain would win.
Me too.
Simple things. So happy we're definitely back. Hopefully the UK can win in the next few years. I do think we could be headed that way.
Well, you know what's fascinating? You know what's fascinating now, Jess? We've now out of 5 contests, we've been in the top 5 4 times, and been in every single position in that top 5 apart from first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I suppose on the current trajectory, we've got to wait. Was it 3 years to win? Because we'll come third next year, second the year after, and then we'll win. Then we'll win. We're just going one up every time. That's how we're doing it.
Making a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can rest easy. A UK win is coming soon, and if it doesn't, blame Harry. Because...
The numbers do not lie, Jess. That's clearly what's working here.
Of course. And continuing with that, ESC Matt Gaga, the UK's Renaissance era. Yes, we are definitely here for it.
Yeah.
Ricardo is saying, I hope Estonia's result does not affect their excitement for Junior Eurovision. You loved the song and the performance. Now, of course, this was Estonia's debut in the contest. They sadly were last place with the juries, but they were, I think, still bottom 5 with the online voters.
Yeah,
I can't remember specifically off the top of my head, but I think they can still be very proud with everything they've achieved and everything that Hannah put out on stage tonight. What are you thinking of Estonia's result tonight, Chris?
I thought it was a really, really great performance. Like you said, Jess, I thought Hannah had a lovely voice, and I thought the whole performance was really captivating. But I just think with the field that we had tonight, there were just more songs that popped, whether that was because of the stage, of the content of the songs. I just felt that, it just didn't stand out as much or have the best with the running order placing either. But yeah, I think that's what influenced the result tonight. But yeah, like we said, I hope that doesn't hinder them from coming back in the future. It was really nice. I always love having a new debuting country at Eurovision. So yeah, hopefully they come back next year and more countries as well.
So before we move on, we are going to be joined by Jana. Hey, Jana.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So Jana is in Nice right now.
Fabulous outfit, Jana, I must say. That's amazing.
I just came back because I was front row. It was amazing, especially the end. I think you all saw it, like the last song, We Are the World. amazing. Everyone was crying in the arena, honestly. It was so good. So much.
So did you have a ticket for the live show?
Yes, actually. Like, I went there early, but then front row, it was amazing. It was a really good show, really well productive. So really good.
And what was the atmosphere like in the arena?
Oh my god, it was spectacular. Like, especially on the upper ranks, like there were so many people, and in the end they were all holding the peace signs, like all the flags around. It was just amazing. Really great atmosphere.
Awesome. And what do you think of the winning song from France?
So I think it's deserved. Like, in the beginning, we were all thinking she could win because she has so much charisma. She's performing very well on stage, and it's a really good song. It's really well produced. It's also perfect Eurovision. So I think it's a deserved winner.
Yes, I think we all think that too. And of course, for those of you that don't know, Jana is from Germany. So what do you think of Germany tonight? They got their best junior Eurovision result ever.
Finally. No, I'm so proud of her. I met her person 2 days ago, and she's so lovely. She's amazing. Also her sister. So I was so happy that she did so well tonight. I'm so glad.
Yeah, and let's go to the rest of the chat. What do you guys think of Germany tonight? They, of course, you know, have received their best result in Junior Eurovision. I think they finished in 10th place,
9th,
if I remember correctly. So their first top 10 in Junior Eurovision. And they gave, you know, a great performance. Fia looked very confident on stage, I think. And I think it worked very well having a dancer. But Harry, I'm going to come to you. What are your thoughts on Germany this year?
You know what? I think it came in the correct position. I think it's a fair play. I know I was slightly skeptical in my prediction of Germany on the podcast. It did slightly better than 14th. I'll admit. Okay, I know there was a couple comments on that video saying I was wrong. Fair enough. Okay, but you know what? I mean, Fia, fantastic performer. Definitely the best German entry in Junior Eurovision. And you know what's fantastic for them, especially as a Brit who experienced this the last couple of years? Germany came I believe it was top 3 or 4 in the televote. That is absolutely remarkable considering Germany's recent history in the adult contest. We're trying to get televotes. It's moments like that show that any country can get high televotes regardless of where they are, regardless of neighbor voting, whatever. And very happy for Germany. It's a fantastic day for them.
Yep, now let's go to the live chat and see what you're all saying. What do you guys think of the German entry this year and their staging? Nil Error, welcome. You think Germany and Ukraine had the cute and warm factor. Chris A, you thought Germany was going to be surprise top 3. It was staged so well. Let's see what else is being said. Ian Williams, so glad for Germany. One of my favorite songs this year. AMRA Third, you voted for Germany, so did I, and they are certainly underrated. Top 5 should have been. Let's see, Andy from Eurovoxx. He was really surprised by Germany too. I don't know why I said it like that.
Yeah, I feel the same.
In case, audience, you do not know who Andy is, let me explain. He's.
I was just reading his username, Andy Eurovoxx, but it didn't come out that way. Anyway, Andy is surprised by Germany. He thought it would have done much better with the juries, as I think a lot of people probably did as well. Let's also go back. There's a lot of comments here, guys. O-O is saying Kvitka is my favorite song. You're so happy it got 5th. I mean, Ukraine definitely brought the cute factor this year with Anastasia. Is that her name? Or have I got that wrong?
Yeah.
Anastasia did.
Yeah. Rubén, I'm going to come to you. What did you think of Ukraine's performance tonight?
I loved it. It was with these anime pictures in the background. I loved it. I think it was transmitting really good the feeling and the message of the song. So I really think the 83 points they had were well deserved. It was not because of the external factor. It was because of the song and the performance, and she was amazing on stage, feeling really good. And she's 8, 9? I don't know.
9.
I think 9.
She's
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, 9.
So yeah.
So young. It's incredible talent.
She's so tiny as well, like compared to all the other acts. She's like half the size of all of them. It's fantastic. Yeah.
She looks even younger than what she is. Yeah.
Exactly. But I tell you what, one of the most confident performances we had all evening. My word, she could for 9 years old. I think the result pretty much perfectly reflected her style of song. It wasn't going to get necessarily high points from the juries, but it's probably the most kid-friendly song we had in the whole contest. Full of fun, bubbly visuals.
So catchy.
Anime fans would have loved it as well because of the LEDs. And
very catchy.
You know what's fascinating? Two of the highest in the televote, early performers. You know, it doesn't clearly performing early in Junior Eurovision is not a kiss of death when it comes to the televote, as it is potentially in the adult contest.
Of course, let's go back to the chat. What are we all saying? We have Burak. Hey guys, have a good live session. Thank you for joining us. ESC Manga saying UK stage was great. I'm not that I'm biased, but I think one of the best stagings we saw, especially with the use of AR. Let's have a look. There's a lot of comments here, guys. Let's see now. Let's go to Georgia because, of course, Georgia are one of the powerhouses of Junior Eurovision. They've won it 3 times, the most of any country. And, of course, in more recent years, we've seen them do very well. And last year, we saw them finish in 3rd place. They were top 3. This year, we see them 3rd from the bottom, so the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Harry, what are your thoughts on this?
Surprising, Georgia.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also not surprising because I think when we associate Georgia with Junior Eurovision, it's a very different angle from adult contests. We always picture Georgia doing really well, or at least you know, solid enough for a good result. And I think a lot of people anticipated this could be a similar result to I Believe, where it gets a decent jury score, but then flops slightly with the televote. I think in hindsight, I remember when watching this performance, I sadly felt a bit bored watching the performance. The singers didn't really move, and I didn't understand the backing dancers with their like massive cones over their heads. I'm sure there's some sort of better term than that, but it looked like massive cones. And in hindsight, the reason I think juries gravitate towards I Believe and not this one, for example, is I Believe, while it's Georgian, certainly Georgian, there was enough mainstream elements for it to be universal. I think this song in particular just didn't have those elements. It felt too niche, too ethnic, and I guess just not enough of the Georgian public, or maybe the Armenian public, could have even got behind this because of their close proximity and their style of song. Just didn't get behind it, and they had other favorites. This might be a song that a lot of people had maybe 6th or 7th, but you're not going to vote for 6th or 7th, sadly, unless you have multiple devices. In that case, fill your boots. But yeah, I guess that's just where it went wrong for Georgia this year.
Yeah, Georgia finishing solo definitely was a surprise, but I guess in a way that goes to show just how, how high the level of entries was this year. And just how tight and close it really was for a song like that to finish solo down. But I mean, they can be proud of an incredible performance, in my opinion. And I think arguably some of the strongest vocals we heard from tonight's live show. So well done to them for that. Let's go back to the live chat. Neil Era, you're saying Germany robbed by the juries. Let's see. There's a lot of comments to go through. Georgia, Chris A, you think Georgia was a bit Eurovision circa 2005?
I can see that.
Okay. I don't see that, but I'm glad somebody does.
I think they were just picking an older year. I don't think that. I know 2005's got a load of bops in Eurovision. I don't think they specifically meant. They didn't mean that.
Or maybe that would.
Pardon? Sorry, we didn't hear you, Jana.
Sorry, I'm connected. So I actually agree with the comment. I think if you put it like 2003, 2004, it would totally work. Maybe not 2005 because we had so many bops there, but I do agree though.
Yeah, definitely. We have a question from Lee Fern. What does the Netherlands have to do really well? Last year, they were the favourite to win and came 7th, and this year, one of the favourites. And again, we're out of the top 5. I mean, do you think there is anything they can do to get back in the top 5?
Send a ballad.
Well, we established this year that's not the way to do it, Chris. If anything,
I
that
know,
was...
I don't think it's the way to do it in the junior.
I think the problem with Netherlands is overall Netherlands mostly do well. I know they came last a few years ago, but overall it's usually a consistent top 10 finish. The problem we have with Netherlands, and it's in their national final list, their songs are almost too they're too kid friendly to do well with the jury, but they're not kid friendly enough to do well with the televote, if that makes sense. They're not Ukraine levels for televote, but they're also not France levels where it's polished enough. A lot of times Netherlands are the song that you want to hear at Euro Club if they ever play Junior Eurovision songs at Euro Club, if that makes sense. But it's the fun one that, you know, will probably come mid-table. It's not the one that's going to necessarily have the winning moment. And I think they sort of got to take a leaf out of France's book, where they've roughly got the right style. They're almost there, but they just need to like polish it a little bit. They need to make sure it has a bit of soul, has a bit of something all round. They've got like 7/8 of the pieces there. They haven't got that 8th piece though.
I think just to touch on that, I was really surprised by the results still this year, though. I think generally because dance music is kind of on the rise again in Europe and things, and it's becoming more popular and more mainstream. So I just thought it would do a little bit better than it has done. But hey, there we go. That was the result.
I mean, to be fair, though, even though the Netherlands obviously have a second year of not being top 5, you know, they've still managed to make the left side of the scoreboard, and they've still managed to get a very good result nonetheless. And I think, you know, and obviously in sort of 2019, we saw a very good result with Matthew. We saw a good result with Unity in 2020. If they continue this, I do think a win could be coming soon for the Netherlands. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the same. I loved Matthias' performance. Last year's was amazing, but I think she was performing first also. Or
last year, Luna.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, maybe this also affected her score, but still, I think a top 5 finish, if you work on that direction, finally you will get the big reward, you know, of winning. It's just a matter of time, you know.
Definitely. Let's go back to the chat. We've got a lot of people in. If anyone that's just joined us, welcome. We, of course, are talking about Junior Eurovision 2023, the show, the results, everything about it. So whatever comments or questions you have, drop them in the live chat. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe to us. You can follow Eurovoxx on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and also Spotify. We have a website, Eurovoxx.tv. We also have a podcast, which you can find on YouTube and Spotify as well. So don't forget to give that a listen. And if you listen to the most recent episode, you will see me and Harry with very wrong opinions on pretty much everything.
I predicted France to win. I predicted France to win. Don't you throw me with you.
But there were other questionable.
Speaking of which, Jess, do you mind if I go on to a tangent to a different country? Because one of the biggest shocks of the evening was Albania's result, in my opinion, coming 8th place. Jess, this is the second year where our predicted last place in Junior Eurovision has finished 8th, because Portugal was last year.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We're definitely onto something.
We're onto something. So whoever we think will come 8th, put last. That's what we're establishing.
Okay.
But, you know, fair play to Albania. That has to be one of their best results in years.
I love their performance.
She had great vocals, like every single note.
The way she connected with the camera as well, like she drew everyone in as well. It definitely grew on me tonight, Albania.
Yeah, I would say she was the best vocalist tonight. So I totally understand why she got so high with the juries.
Yeah.
For me, I'm actually going to be the complete opposite. I didn't see this doing very well at all. Obviously, as Harry did just mention, I did think this was a contender for last place. I'm very surprised it did well, given that it was performing so close to France, who obviously won. And I did think that with it being not as a competitive song, it could potentially be overshadowed by a country like France. But obviously that didn't happen. I'm very happy for them, but I'm also very surprised at the same time.
Yeah, I think everyone, a lot of people writ off Albania at the beginning, but fair play. I mean, she did decent enough with the televote as well. It's not like it was all jury that got her there. So fair play to her.
And she definitely had some of the best vocals of the night, I would say. For sure.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Let's see what the onliners are saying. Neil Era, this was Georgia's best online result with 2021.
Was
okay. Let's quickly have a look. So actually, they were 9th place with the online voters with 53 points.
Okay.
So one of their better online results, actually.
That's slightly concerning for Georgia if that's one of their best.
Yeah.
I must say.
And for the first time, I think in many years, they did better with the online vote than with the jury votes, who only gave them 21 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Hi, Clara. Thank you very much. I think Clara's probably busy painting now. Let's have a look. Ian Williams is saying Yulan Law had a powerful vocal. Now, of course, I did see a lot of people thinking this could potentially be bottom 5 or potentially be last place, but we actually saw Malta finishing in the top 10 with 94 points. Do you think that was a fair placing for Malta? Or do you think they should have finished higher? Did you expect them to finish lower? Rubén?
For me, having to perform in the second spot, which is always not a great thing, I think it's a good result for them, because also going after Spain wasn't that easy, I think, in my opinion. So, yeah, she was a great vocalist, and the song was maybe the stage at some points was a bit, how can I say, empty. But yeah, she performed really good, and I think it's a good result for them. It was 50 something points from the juries, which I think it's quite high. So I mean, for a song not being the favorite, but yeah.
Of course, Chris, what are you thinking?
For which country?
Malta.
For Malta, sorry. Yes, I thought the performance was really good. I thought tonight there were just a couple of performances that you could tell they've been singing day after day. Like the song Stronger is such a difficult song to sing. And I think Yulan did amazing despite everything. But it just didn't sound as fresh. That's all for me. And I also think that the running order didn't help her either, which is why I think she finished where she did. I still think she definitely deserved that top 10 spot, though, and I'm really happy she got it.
Yeah, I would like to add also that I was watching her, and while I was watching her, I was thinking that it could be a good act for the adult Eurovision in 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yulan with a good song. Yulan with a good song is a real.
With a good song. I mean,
yeah, of course.
But I mean, like she felt like with a good stage presence, like she was knowing what she was doing.
Yes, she seemed one of the more mature acts from this year's contest.
Yeah.
And I guess, she was one of the oldest at 14 years old. And I think that definitely showed with the song and with her styling choices as well. And I personally would love to see Yulan come to Eurovision one day for Malta. I think she could definitely get a good result for Malta.
It's a long way to win the Mesk.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Exactly.
Let's not plague this stream of MESC content, please. We want to talk about positives here, guys. Let's not.
I was just going to say that I read that Yulan tried to represent Malta at the Junior Eurovision. I think it was 6 times. And yeah, she's finally been lucky at representing her country. Yeah. So just an amazing achievement just to get to the Junior Eurovision in the first place. Yeah. So yeah, the fact that she's finished top 10 again, yeah, she could be so happy.
Definitely. Now, going back to the chat, Harry, Clara agrees with you that the Netherlands song would be great in Euro Club. I'm also thinking the same.
Let's request it in Malmo, Clara.
I think we'll be hearing that a lot.
The Swedes will love it.
They did play it actually in Het Grot Song Festival before the main show. They did play that one. It took a while for everyone to realize what it was. But they was like, oh, it's the junior one. Yeah, we know this.
ESC Mad Gaga, you're saying that you're sad that North Macedonia came 12th the billionth time. This is their, literally like their billionth 12th placing in Junior Eurovision. You thought they could have done top 5, but the staging was empty. Yana, I see you have a North Macedonian flag.
Was my winner. So I'm a bit disappointed with the result. You know, I love Balkan Ballads. So her voice was amazing. She was so good on stage. I think she really delivered. So I'm really surprised about the result. I mean, sure, we had Albania and they already got most of the jury points for like Balkan entries, I would say. So it was a bit tricky, but I didn't see them that low. So I'm a bit shocked.
I mean, do you think perhaps maybe the fact that Tamara was alone on stage and didn't maybe have any backing dancers with her, do you think that could have played a part in it?
I mean, I don't know how it looked like on TV, but live in the venue, it was not an issue because the graphic design was amazing in the backgrounds, like at least what I saw. But I don't know how it's on television. It might be completely different. So might be the case, yes.
I think the problem is it felt... Oh, no, go on, Chris.
Sorry.
Oh, no, all I was going to say is I love the music video of Tamara Grzeska, and I think it was almost like quite a hypnotic kind of like music video with lots of like backing dancers. So yeah, I agree with you there, Jess. I think they could have done with 1 or 2 of those just to give the performance a bit more of a pop. But that's not to say how good her voice was. I thought it was amazing.
Oh yeah, send her to adult Eurovision in a few years. But that voice is incredible. It really, you put it on a 25-year-old, you don't know the difference. I always, as much as it was always a fan favorite, and I personally love the song, I knew North Macedonia's track record with these kind of songs. I knew that North Macedonia usually are a fan favorite beforehand and then flop. Green Forces was robbed a couple years ago, and I will stand by that.
I agree.
But yeah, it's one of those. The staging felt too empty. It was one of the weaker stagings of the night, sadly. So much of the visuals that took place in the music video just weren't translated. What, you know, she could have been flying in the end. You know, that's a possibility. I'm not literally, but like had some wires connected to her or something. I tell you what, though, the main.
I think Georgia could have done with that.
They could have done with a few things, but I tell you what, in terms of predictions, the bold prediction I had for the podcast was the fact that I said that Portugal were going to finish higher than North Macedonia. No one thought that, and I was off by 1 point, and I was so annoyed. I was so close to being a genius.
It was 76 to 75, no?
Yeah, I was so close to being correct. I'm glad for Julia as well. Portugal was one of my favorites. And she did a fantastic job. I don't care what the result says.
Yeah, so you've mentioned Portugal. We haven't talked about Portugal yet. Seems like the perfect time to talk about them. Rubén, I'm going to come to you first. What do you think of Julia's performance?
Yeah, I think it was very well sung, and her vocals were really good. Also, the background, which is kind of, I don't know, you see it really, really often in the kids contest. This kind of trees, you know, this kind of really big trees taking all the screen, all the LED screen, and it was nice. But at some points, I felt the same that I felt with Albania and also Estonia. The stage was a bit empty, so that was my main issue with this performance. But her English was amazing. I don't know if she's living in some English.
She's part American, if I'm correct.
She should be, because her English is amazing, and she was singing really good. But yeah, the song was not, I don't know, catchy enough for the first listen, and also the stage felt empty, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think Julia had a great song, and I think that her vocals were really, really good, but the staging maybe was a bit flat compared to some of the other songs around it, and it maybe didn't stand out in the same way that, for example, the UK or France stood up, for example. But I still think that they did a great job regardless, and I think they can be proud nonetheless. Let's go back to the live chat. From one ballad to another, Rai Bailey is saying Ireland didn't deserve last place.
I agree.
Actually, a fun fact, which I have just realised, and I hope I've got this right, because Sophie Lennon was on stage with Jessica today, Sophie Lennon has achieved Ireland's best result and worst result.
Oh, wow.
Junior
Not many
Eurovision.
people can say that.
No.
Not
Well,
an
are we? Well,
interesting-
here's the thing. Technically, they did come lower in terms of a number in 2021 because they came second to last, but there was 19 people, so they came 18th
Yeah.
as opposed. It depends on the semantics because technically Germany's
True.
worst result is 2021, but they came last in 2020 with 12.
Yeah.
You know, it varies, but it is correct. To be fair, the second year in a row where slot 4 has come in last. Actually, Malta performed there last year, so maybe that's just yeah, don't perform there, guys. But look. I'm aware I've been critiqued for my Ireland comments in the past, so I'm treading carefully when talking about Ireland coming last. I will say, Jessica, it's such a shame for her because you never like to see, for whoever comes last, these kids, they live their dream. You don't like that for them. However, and I'm strictly talking about the broadcaster method here because Jessica didn't have a say in the song. This is what you get for just trying to copy and paste what worked last year. Like if you're not going to be inventive or like try and build on it in a unique way, then you're going to flop. It happened with Jedward in adult contests when you thought you'd just copy and paste what you did last year, and it's happened again to even worse extent. Sadly, it's a shame that you didn't. It's a shame that you didn't do better. But if you want to, actually be creative. Like Sophie Lennon worked because her voice was great and the song was good. Like it wasn't the fact it was this girl in a dress was why it worked. It was other elements. You've got to try and be creative here, and if when you come back next year, come back with better. Sadly, not an indictment on Jessica. I promise.
I'll say that I think Jess had one of the more unique voices tonight, and I think if anything, I think it was obviously great that Sophie Lennon was there, but whether it was needed, I'm not really sure. Just because I think Jessica's voice, it grabbed my attention straight away, and I think if anything, it really stood out in the running order as well. So yeah, like you said, Harry, maybe it was just a case of the song. Like if they spent just a little bit more time doing something that could have showed off Jess's voice more just on her own, then maybe it could have done better. But yeah, I'm really, really sad for Ireland tonight. I really wish it could have done better.
Yeah, I completely agree with Chris. Actually, I mean, Jessica's voice was amazing. It was super emotional. Like some people were even crying because it was so good. So I'm really shocked about the result. I saw her being top 10. And honestly, I personally don't care that Harry said it's kind of copy and paste. But in the end, they are showcasing Ireland's cultural heritage kind of and traditions, And I think it's fitting if they really love it, if they're really feeling the song. I think they should go for it. And it's just really sad that they came last.
To be fair, I don't mind them showing off their culture and their representation. I just think knowing it's maybe my cynical mindset is they've only done that because they did well with it last year. Like if they really wanted to show off their culture, they would have done it in 2021 after Anna Kearney. But because Anna Kearney didn't do as well as Sophie Lennon did, they decided let's try and tweak it. And then no, we're going back. If it was about culture, they would do it. When after a year they didn't do well, but it was because they came fourth and thought it would just work again.
Okay, if you the other countries out and just think about this year, I think they're so much better.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but at one point, for example, France did the same thing because I'm sorry, Jess, I interrupted you.
That's okay.
But yeah, in this way, like France did the same thing because what they had last year is quite similar if you compare it with what they bring this year, but it really works. So it's like it doesn't matter. But at some point with the ballads, you should be careful, I think, because it's not that easy to attract the viewer, I think. So yeah, I think they didn't risk a lot, and that was the main point for Ireland this year.
Yeah, I would have to agree with everything that you guys have said on that, actually. And I'm sad to see them last place, but unfortunately, in a contest like this, somebody has to finish last, and it's always more sad when there's kids involved, I think. And it's always more heartbreaking to see that. But I think they can be proud of an incredible performance, both Jessica and Sophie, and they did sing their hearts out on stage. And I don't think there's anything more they could have done, quite frankly. But let's see what you guys in the chat are saying. We've been live for nearly an hour, so maybe we'll think about wrapping up soon. But let's see, just a few more comments. Nil Error, you think Albania and Italy had the best vocals tonight? Italy did have very strong vocals, I will say. Probably,
the harmonies,
maybe, yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
ESC Magagi, you're saying this is Albania's second best junior Eurovision result. Wow, I didn't know
Very
that.
good.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Very
Good for them.
I love when
what
we hear
else?
the stats between each years, like how countries have linked and how they've done better year on year. Because I can't remember
Yeah.
a thing even from last year.
You got to have a few in stock, Chris. You've always got to have a few in hand.
This time we got you around, Harry.
Yes.
Let's see. Chris A. Ulan is Multisana Nielsen, Never Give Up. You could also say that she's maybe the junior Eurovision version of Claudia Faniello,
Yes.
who participated many times before she got to Eurovision.
Yep.
Let's have a look. ESC Manga, you think Macedonia's song was amazing, deserved to be top 5.
I do agree.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that. Let's have a look. Ian, you're saying France this year was pure pop. Well done. We have Matthew in the house who's saying hello to Yana and Harry. Welcome, Matthew. So, guys, I think we're going to get ready to wrap up the live. But before we do, if you just had to give your overall impressions of Junior Eurovision 2023 from the hosts, the performances, the interval acts, from everything, what would you say? Whoever's ready, whoever hasn't
well,
answers
I
first.
think it's a typical, not only Junior Eurovision, but a typical Eurovision as well, full of quality entries, good, predictable, slightly predicted, but overall good winners. France doing well, Armenia doing well, all the hallmarks of a Junior Eurovision, and also you had the shocks as well in there with Albania doing well. Ukraine doing well, some songs not doing as well, all the hallmarks where shows that we can't predict it word for word, but we can still have a great time. And also that didn't not help that the UK for the second year in a row did very well with the top 5 finish.
Yeah, but that's definitely a bonus for me, and I'm assuming it's the same for you as well, Chris, as a fellow United Kingdomer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hey, we'll go with it. Yeah, absolutely. I love that result for the UK this year, and the fact that the BBC are taking it more seriously now, and hopefully we'll see the same going into Malta next year. But yeah, finishing off tonight, amazing contest hosted by France, amazing contenders performances. Yeah, Junior Eurovision is just getting better and better, and it's got me so excited for Malta 2024 as well.
Yeah, but Rubén, what do you think of this year's contest?
For me, I think it was the year that I followed the contest more, the most. So for me, I was really impressed by the level of all the performers and the stage presence, and I thought it was like a Eurovision, but for kids or teenagers. But yeah, I was really impressed. The camera angles, the production, the interacts, also the commentators, everything. I loved it. And for me, as a Spanish, I was very, very, very nervous in the final moment in the voting. And yeah, it was really, really good afternoon we had with the show, and just waiting for the next year show.
And Yana, what about you?
Okay, to wrap it up, great show, fantastic host. It all went really smoothly in the arena. We have a good winner. I mean, maybe a predicted winner, but she deserves it absolutely. And as Rubén already said, he was quite nervous in the ending. This is funny because I was standing in the row with all the Spanish people, and they were so nervous.
Wow.
And they are like,
That's normal. We are allowed.
So it was quite tense in the arena when France won, but actually I'm still at the venue and there's a big party going on in the background because people are so happy that France won. They're like singing the song the whole time. It's really cute. So I think it was a great show in general, really good. Also really great staging. I like the arena in general, so I think it was really good.
Yeah, I would definitely have to echo everything all of you guys have said. I think France, once again, have delivered an incredible Junior Eurovision, from the hosting to the stage, all the graphics and lighting, from all of the songs and performances we had. It's just been an incredible Junior Eurovision, and just goes to show that, in my opinion, Junior Eurovision is just going up and up and up, and it just keeps getting better every single year. And we have a great winner. We have, you know, great results tonight. We have just, I'm going to say the word great again, just everything was great, just because I can't think of another word off the top of my head.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yes, thank you
Fantastic.
for that. And as Ian says, all the acts were high quality. Yes, really enjoyed it. It's been a fantastic show. And well done, France, on your third win. Well done, France, on another great hosting of Junior Eurovision. Will we be coming back to France next year? Let's wait and find out. But thank you guys for joining in this live chat. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your likes, for your, hopefully for your subscriptions, if you haven't subscribed already. And thank you, Harry, Christiana, and Rubén, for joining me in this live chat tonight. I hope you've all had a good night. And don't forget to stay tuned on Eurovoxx's YouTube account, Spotify, and all our social media for the latest Eurovision and Junior Eurovision and National Final news. And thank you for joining. Have a good evening. And until next time, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.